Hello again, this is part of the BITE study programme for North Warwickshire University and Nottingham University. I apologise for the background noise. I'll be as quick as possible. Basically what I've now done is put the powder in the glass. I am supposed to use actually half of the scoop that they've given me. And what I've realised is I'm probably not using half of the scoop. But what I am doing is making sure I take the same amount every day by putting it on the weighing scale. So hopefully that shouldn't affect the clinical trial too much. Now, I've probably put a little bit too much water in there, but as you can see straight away, just by if I give it a bit of a swirl, that doesn't really, dissolve, which is what I've been saying for the past day now. I'm supposed to make it into like a paste format, and I've probably put in a little bit too much water. But again, if you're going to be making it into a smoothie, you want it to be as lump-free as possible. Whereas if you're going to be adding it to food, you probably want it to be have a bit more consistency to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this fruit juice that I've made. It's peach. I'm going to have to put the phone down. I'm such a weed. I can't open it with one hand. Maybe I should have took the lid off sooner. Yeah, give me a sec. And we're back. Right, I'm going to add this juice to the smoothie now. So that is a full glass with that product in. So probably maybe use a little bit less water next time, bearing in mind I have also added water to the peach. But what I have found is that the taste of that product is very, very strong, and the peach isn't very strong tasting. So I'm just going to add some honey, probably maybe a bit too much honey there. Again, it's personal choice. People may or may not want to add honey to things if you're vegan or vegetarian, which I try to be at times, but then not at others. So I don't have a problem with using honey. I do know how it's made. I have researched it. And one of the things I do is I use a natural honey from a local beekeeper in my hometown. So it's not manufactured overseas and brought in. It is actually a local lady who produces her own product and has done for about 2 years now, I believe. And again, everyone's always saying how important the bees are to society, to the future of not just the human race, but of the planet, which is why I suppose I don't mind supporting local beekeepers. I'm forever growing plants in my garden. I welcome as much wildlife in there as possible. And like with most animals, unfortunately, they're not really surviving in the wild because of humans. And obviously natural disasters and one thing and another. I'm not here to do some political campaign. So like most animals, I'm afraid, the only way they are kind of surviving is by being in captivity. Which, again, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. But if the only way to save the bees in the future is to have local beehives and encourage more people to have beehives, then I'm happy for that. But at the same time, I wouldn't like any animal to suffer inhumanely for the sake of commercialism or to produce a product that maybe as a species we may or may not necessarily need in order to survive. But as we are aware, as a species, bees are essential to the planet, basically, continuing to be sustainable. So I'm going to try this now and see what it tastes like.